play bass in Paradox. Yikes.
How long y'all been together as a group?
Not even a year. It's been like since August, I would say.
Alright. How'd y'all click up?
Well, I play in a band already. Playing 2 bands. You got Dog, OG, Eric OGs. They play on the tower and stuff. I'm playing 4-7 and Los Gargoyles. And then I hooked it up with, I'm friends with like Doc, you know.
Alright.
Obviously, I'm friends with Midknight as well. You know.
Alright.
That's when I want to play.
Yeah.
Bro. You know. I'm fucking child blast. Yes.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what y'all finna show me.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, wait.
I'm not gonna play. I'm just watching.
You excited?
Nah, I'm just setting it up. Like,
Okay. Alright, we'll wait for midnight.
set it up.
Yeah, we'll wait for midnight.
Yeah, man. Tell me about you, bro.
They call me Doc, also known as Doc the Witch Doctor. I started Southern Soundclash record label back in 2013.
Alright.
So now we're running up on 10 years. And I play guitar for Paradox. Very honored to do so with Midknight, who you know. You know what I'm saying? Buzz here. I'm in a number of different bands. I'm also in a number of other bands myself, like I'm in Blue Tower. I play in the Aqua Sounds. I play in GERD currently. I played in Rotten Stitches. So it's kind of cool to be able to do this. Me starting out as this being the ground floor of me being in a band versus me jumping into a band later on in time after they already started.
Alright.
So this is real cool to be able to do that, and then also have it be like one of the frontlining bands for the record label. And the record label itself is like a grassroots movement, you know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of different artists on there that are like rock artists, electronic music artists, metal, punk, psychedelic music, rap artists. So right now we got about, I don't know, almost 50 artists on the label. And then we got 71 releases out.
So tell me how you got the label started.
Well, I started the label because one, kind of hate to be this way, but there's not really been any people of color to really start like an underground, rock record label. So I went ahead and kind of took the liberty and took the initiative of doing it some time ago, after already being in the underground music scene, representing it on a number of different levels, on the rock level, on the electronic level, on the hip hop level, and things like that. I wanted to do something where it was more inclusive to our culture and our heritage, and show how vibrant it is in a lot of different ways, like not even just from the rock or from the music side, but also from the fashion side and from the art side as well. So that's really what we're looking to do, is kind of push the whole inclusivity of what we're doing and make sure that everybody feels welcome here, as opposed to a lot of different quote-unquote scenes where you show up for the first time and yeah, you may be eager to be a part of it, but they don't necessarily want you to be a part of it like that immediately.
Right.
And you have to sit here and try to jump through hoops to feel like you're a part of something. When in reality, everybody's got a gift, everybody's got a place that they can be. And so this is just one of those elements where we try to promote that. We try to promote the inclusivity of what gifts you have that maybe your background or your heritage or your culture has brought to you. So there are a lot of things that kind of center around kind of the Afro-punk movement and stuff like that.
Right.
But we don't necessarily want to be exclusively known for that, even though that's what it seems to look like with a lot of the more recent stuff that we're doing, even with like the the Soundclash showcase more recently that we had and things like that, there obviously is a more melanated environment, and some people may have qualms with that or whatever, but we have to let this exist for what it is, because it's time for us to really show distinction in what we're doing. And the fact that we have a new and upcoming generation of people who are very eager to show their creativity and their expression, so we just want to make sure we can encapsulate that the best way we can and not dilute it in any way, and not let anybody else try to write that narrative for us.
You feel like you're a pioneer per se for Atlanta?
You know, even though originally I'm from South Florida, I've lived in Atlanta since since we had Olympics in '96.
Right.
So, you know, I've been here long enough to say, yeah, I can kind of try to pioneer this for Atlanta and just the people of Atlanta, the local culture of Atlanta and things like that, to kind of put us on the map and showing that we got a really diverse outlook, and we're also forward thinking in the way that we're choosing to bring forward the ideas and the creativity of the new generation, and that we can actually do this ourselves as opposed to having to have corporate sponsorship and stuff like that.
Get my king, get my king, get my king. You're not done talking.
But no, I feel you, bro. I feel you. That's hard. Okay, so that's hard. Now then, can you tell me some of the like improvements you saw over the years with the label, some accomplishments?
Well, the main improvements is having people like this involved, man. Like for the longest time, you gotta understand, like, think about this. I just said 10 years we've been doing this. So like back in 2012, 2013, when I decided to step back into the punk scene, because I'd already been in the underground music scene, right?
Right.
And so the underground music scene itself was a lot of experimental music going on at the time, a lot of psychedelic music, not necessarily punk rock music that was real heavy. I mean, you still had metal and stuff like that, but punk hadn't become popular again. So around that time, my friends, they had just started getting back into punk music. I had ran into one of them at Little 5 Points, and I just kind of started getting out of the experimental rock and stuff like that. So I decided to link up with him because he only had 2 members in his band.
Right.
So around that time, when I was introduced into being in the band and started coming out, I noticed, well, number one, like I said, I hate to be like this, but I was the only black guy there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm the only minority there. You
I've
know
been
what
there
I'm
before.
saying? But at the same time, it presented a very interesting challenge to me. It's my time to represent this until I can show more of a security, more of a comfort for other people coming into this and feeling comfortable to do it. So that's what I really set out to do. And I'm thinking, like, now, after almost a decade of doing that, with only be a couple of people, now the new generations are more open and more expressive with the idea of really representing their true intentions and their true gifts, and not letting anyone limit that.
Right.
You know, so now we have a lot more people from a newer generation who already embody those things that I had already envisioned in my mind what it could be like. I didn't think it was gonna show up as quick though. You know, I didn't think it was gonna show up within a couple of years. You know, you got these kids, man, they're taking it to the next level, and it really is cool, and it's really, you know, very enlivening to see how much they're taking it to this level, and they won't let anybody limit them in their expression this time around. So I'm here to encourage that, and that's what the label does. We encourage that type of thing. We encourage that kind of development within individuals.
Right. Right. That's true, man.
Now,
Ooh, that's
Southern
where I be at.
Soundclash just linked up with a skateboard company
Yep.
that has a skateboard clothing line too. So me and this guy, he called himself Pookie Lunch Meat. All right. So I done known this guy for a long time from in the streets or whatever. This is before we decided to start doing companies and stuff like that. We were around your age, and he decided that, well, we should link up since he's got the skate company and I have the music company, that we just do our tours together. If we're not on tour as musicians, then he's going to be on tour with the skate thing, and our musicians are going to be there. So any way it goes, you're going to get both elements at once. If we on tour and we got the merch table out, we're going to have all his merch too, like skateboards and then the clothing and shit like that too. Of course,
Southern Soundclash
we have our
merch.
own clothing as well, and he's starting to promote that little by little as well. So it's going to be a real good mixed medium.
We got amazing Southern
know what I'm
Soundclash hoodies coming soon.
Yep, absolutely.
Those are going to be crazy models. And it's deeper than just like the States. We got connects, houses, events going on in Africa. You talking about the Africa events?
Correct, yeah. Recently we just put out, there's a publication that came out in the Ghanaian newspaper that talks about Southern Soundclash. Another thing that we do is we put out African ritual music too, so then people can get into the heritage. A lot of people can get into the heritages that they've never experienced before, you know, and people want to know what that goes down like. It doesn't even matter if you're not a person of color. Even if you're not, it's even more interesting to try to see and get that perspective. So we want to try to diversify and make sure that we represent every part of this that we can within the culture, all the way back to the ancestry of what made us drive it like this, what made us drive the things like this that we're doing right now. So we make sure everything's inclusive in that. So this whole summer we're going to have a lot of different interesting showcases and tours in different places. I'm talking about from music galleries to art galleries to different clothing stores to restaurants. We're getting everybody involved. We always want to make it seem eventually like this is like a big family reunion. Every time we have a showcase or something, you don't want people to feel like they don't belong there. I want the opposite of that. I want people to feel like they belong there and they already know everybody here. You know, so that's the type of thing we want to try to encourage, is the inclusivity and then the artist development and enhancement and knowing their true worth. You know, there's something that they say in the ancient times is called know thyself. Well, part of that is knowing how much you're really worth and knowing how to stand for that. So that's the type of things that we want to represent as well, is making sure that we get what it's worth out of what we're doing and making sure that we get the acknowledgement, especially for this generation of people, that they're supposed to be getting, and not settling for anything else, not limiting ourselves for anything else.
At all.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful family tree, man. We're all in this together, and everyone's deep. You know, the whole
It's
band
true.
right here is Paradox.MPX. And then we got Bugs, he got a band of his own. We got 407, we got Lost Gargoyles. Talk to them boys right now, Bugs. Talk to them boys right now, Bugs.
Kind of a quiet guy, man.
Yeah.
Chill, man.
We just got Abstract on.
Yeah, man.
We got
Abstract,
on
Squeamish.
We got
It's bands and shit, like so many bands that you don't even know, like together with each other, bro. This shit deep, bro. Like it's a family type of thing.
It's a family type of thing.
Cause we want to see all of our people winning, bro. Like whether you black or white.
Black or white.
You feel me? It's about the music, man.
It's like the music, man. We got Squeamish, we got 407, we got Gerd, Lost Gargoyles, Paradox. I gotta call Tremaine real quick, man. I told him
Get that boy up in here, bro.
I told him I was gonna call him when I get on the camera, man.
Hey,
Hold on,
man.
he better pick up.
Bro, he like
That's
he be like on the mic in the band and shit, bro.
he be on the mic and
He be like-
he be like,
Like that might be lit.
he be in there, man.
Let me see, bro. Let me see.
Let's see if he's gonna pick up, man. I hope he pick up soon.
Country dirty white boy, you feel me?
Yeah, man. It's
He lit.
We in here, bro. Just beautifully, purely. It's in you, not on you, man. And we're pushing the Paradox agenda. We're pushing the Southern Soundclash agenda. We try to
For
make
real.
this deeper than it's deep, man. We
And
try
that's
to
in the
take,
fucking agenda.
what
Like
I'm
never
saying?
forget that shit.
don't forget it, man. We trying to
Trying to
push the
push
whole
this.
community, bro. We
It
trying
ain't
to,
no trying, we are
you know what I'm
pushing
saying?
shit.
You gonna call soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna call soon.
Sure.
Like, we trying to push the whole agenda, man. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. Like me personally, like I was born in Atlanta, but I'm Senegambian. I'm from Gambia. You know what I'm saying? I speak Wolof, none of that young Jama. I'm African, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm Muslim.
Yeah.
I studied the whole Quran in Africa, you feel me? Like
Man, you know that?
you ain't know that, twin?
You
Yeah.
lit.
Yeah, I studied the whole Quran in Africa. Like I'm really here beautifully and like in the most human, purest form, trying to just shift the community and let these young, beautiful niggas rock out and have an amazing time. Pass it on generation from generations, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, bro. What you gotta talk to? What you gotta say to the youth, bro? What you gotta say to the youth, man?
Never sell out.
Never sell out.
Whatever you believe in, stick to that shit and stand on it. Cause literally, bro, like, it's you against the world at the end of the day. Especially when it comes to your art. A lot of niggas gonna say it's shit, a lot of niggas gonna say it doo-doo. No matter what they say though, as long as you feel that shit and you believe that shit, like, that's all that matters. And you'll make a lot of money doing what you love. Whether your music boo-boo, it's not my opinion on whether it's boo-boo or not. It's whatever the people who like listening to it. That's all that matters.
And it's not a clout thing. People, it's really simple to really wanna become what you wanna become. Stay true to yourself.
And And just stick to this shit.
Stick to it. Like, stay true to yourself and be you and exist simply, and the rest will just come on top.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that simple. People like, oh, what you doing? Put me on. Niggas out here getting fake followers. Niggas out here doing this and that. Niggas out here being grimy. Like, all you gotta do is just, look at that boy. Why your phone tweaking? You gotta say to the universe, man.
Bro, talk to them people. I know
Talk to them people.
He like an Israelite, but he white, bro. Like, I swear to God.
You gotta say to the youth, twin. Camera right here, man. I told you I was gonna call you.
Huh? Yo.
My message to the youth, bro, is that I'm about job smoking.
Bro, come on, bro.
Come on, something better than
We
that.
need something. Stop playing with us, bro.
Come on, talk to the people, bro.
Hey, bro.
You got 2 minutes to say, bro.
We listening. So, man, we listening. This nigga just blowing. This nigga just blowing.
Looking at. Hold on, bro. You at iDrum? You at iDrum? Hey, yo, hold on. I know that container look familiar.
Everybody, when you can.
We listening.
If you become the potential say, I sir, I'm art performer, learn a new art performer.
The part where you said some important shit, your phone started delaying.
You gotta repeat yourself, twin.
I bet. Everybody, suck my dick. Suck my dick. Fuck all y'all. Suck my dick.
Okay. We're gonna run with that. We're gonna run with that.
Put it down. Is this?
Stop
think it's the best for your pay. You gotta say, you gotta say, all this shit is all as I do. It's just what someone you love. Easy fashion. Say how you feel it, you make it, you will not quit it. It's in the bad side, it's in the middle. It's in the bad side, it's in the creator. It's just what someone you love. Is it? Is it? It's just what someone you love. There's nothing that is in it for you. Stop thinking it's the best for your kids. You gotta, all your stuff is all as I do. This is what's going on in life. This is what's going on in you now. Easy busted. Check it how you feel it, and then you wanna play it. It's in the bad now, it's in the middle. It's in the bad now, it's in the creator. It's this what's going on in you love. Is it? Is it? Is this what's going on in you now? This love life isn't for you. Stop thinking it's the best for your bill. You gotta change. You gotta fix. Honest love and honest I can.
Let's go.
He's coming! Oh, he's coming! Oh, he's coming! He's coming! He's coming! He's coming! He's coming!
Had to get that.
Blaze in the cut. Blaze in the cut. Welcome to Paradox.MPX's world, man. We got Midnight. We got Buzz. We got Doc. We got Eric, who changed into you. This shit ain't nothing new. We hitting on these licks. We fucking on your blue. You know what it do. Just the chief punch that nigga what it do. Midnight official and shit, man. Shout out my nigga Blaze for capturing fucking this amazing ass rehearsal, man. We got a show coming up with Venus Twins at Big House. Finna post the day soon. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Venus Twins, Los Gatos, 407, Paradox at MPX. It's gonna be fucking crazy, man. Come on, Blaze. Let's keep going, man. Let's get geek, my brother. Eric!
That was hard, bro.
Down in Marietta, it's ruins of an old paper mill, but it looks like a whole castle. They probably got some shit going on because some people probably died in there, you know. Back in the day, we used to go down there and try to do rituals and shit.
Lit.
Try.
I wasn't there all the way with it. No, we was trying, you know.
The fucking, I remember one time I tried to do Africa a lot. Okay, look, my dumb man. I went, my dad, I was like 13. I was like, I'm gonna listen to Sympathy for the Devil, right?
And go down there and get something started.
I'm gonna get some salt, and I'm gonna put the pentagram.
Salt.
I was like,
You was almost there.
I need a
The
candle.
salt is what you use to protect yourself.
Yeah.
put
You don't step
yourself-
outside the salt though, do
You
you?
put yourself in the circle with the salt, but you don't do the thing in the salt. In the salt.
Oh, yeah. It was ignorant.
Yeah. Nope.
I ain't really tried to do no ritual no time soon. Like, I don't want to call it. I gotta start watching Indian movies, bro.
I be watching the Bollywood
Y'all
shit.
do a
bro.
ritual? Nigga, I love Shah Rukh Khan, bro.
I don't want to
Yeah, I be on that. I was on that heavy there for a minute.
Bro, I could sing Indian to y'all niggas right now, bro. Yeah,
You be on the Bollywood like that, man?
No. I'm going crazy right now. तुमसे मिलकर दिल का है जो हाँ प्यार के है तो यार दिल का है जो हाँ प्यार के है
Omar Suleiman, bro. That's that guy, bro. That's right up the alley right there, bro. And then he got the shit with the fucking he put the what is it? that he used.
I love
The
Bollywood
vocal
movies.
effects, they put it over the fucking sitar thing, so it's like it's all affected.
I love Bollywood movies like Koila. Tu Samika Kabhi Abhi Kana, Kuch Kuch Pata Hai, freaking Doom. The list goes on. Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan. But you know what's sad though? Like, their movies, like their old movies, they used to really like be in touch with their culture.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of like
trying to
Americanized. They're like
shit,
Americanized now. So
I don't really watch that. I watch the old shit, like the 60s
Yes,
shit. The
I watch
60s shit, they go all the way in.
I watch the 60s, 90s.
Like you,
Shah Rukh Khan, duplicate. Like what? Shah Rukh Khan really is the reason why I'm a lover boy. I don't get
like
Put in Omar Suleiman.
this shit hard.
Put in Omar Suleiman. You like it?
Yeah.
S-U-L.
Shout out my nigga Planet. Shout out Kiss Meta. My bloodline called me yesterday. Shout out Chanel, FB.
Is this it?
Saint, my little brother. Shout out Soma My Glow, Samaje. Clothing brand coming soon. That nigga's crazy. Samaje, Soma My Glow. I'm proud of you, nigga. Fucking
Nigga?
shout out all my niggas, boy. Y'all know y'all selves, man. Shout out my nigga
You got a
Joey.
fucking video with the shit. There you go. See, I got the little thing.
Y'all know y'all selves. Shout out OC Bender. Leg, you fuck with Frank Ocean?
He got the effects on his shit.
Frank Ocean, hell yeah.
Frank Ocean look crazy.
But that man, I ain't gonna lie. Here's my problem with artists. I feel like artists that take too long to drop an album. Like, I understand you got life shit going on, but eventually you're gonna lose the hype. I'm gonna lose the excitement. You feel me? People like Playboi Carti, Frank Ocean, Travis Scott, you lose the excitement after a while. And then when they drop, like how Kendrick Lamar dropped, I was so underwhelmed when he dropped because he took 5 years to drop another album.
That's what I keep telling about everything. When it comes to art and music, this is very, very, very important, crucial for anybody. The clock does not stop ticking, bro. The clock does not stop ticking. So everybody in this strive to have perfection for one song or one album or something like that. Well, the time is not waiting on you to do that. The time is still moving forward. You're the only one that's slowing it down. And you're waiting because you feel as though you have to have this perfect, but what about the rest of your life?
Oh God.
Even if you don't get everything out in that one song, in that one album, then make another one. That's what new ones are for. That's
God.
what the new songs are for. So you take all that other stuff you wanted to do with that old one, you put in that new one until you get your feel out of what you're doing. That way you're running with the clock.
Right.
Remember, this is your job now. If this is your job, then when you're on the clock, you know you got to work. If you're not working and you're too busy hypothecating, then you're not going to be able to get everything you're supposed to get out of it when you're supposed to get it. You'll be another person sitting there saying, hey, yeah, I could have done this and I got 30 albums in my closet.
Okay, but it doesn't mean anything if it ain't out there,
Right,
you feel
exactly. It's only because the clock is stopping you and perfection is stopping you, striving for something that doesn't exist.
me? Exactly, man. And I feel like people slow down their evolution too
That's
by
what
doing
I'm saying.
that.
Yeah, for sure. That's really it.
But I hope Frank Ocean comes back because he was going through a lot. He lost his brother and stuff. But I thought he was going to come back soon.
Yeah, he did that one performance and he only did one performance out in 6 years.
He should have really tapped into that
I
performance.
literally stood up all night to watch the live stream, and then they said the live stream wasn't going to happen. And then I found somebody's Instagram live who was at Coachella, and I was like, what is this?
It was really calm. He was really just on stage, like, rapping some songs.
That's it, though. That's it.
That just drives the art harder, you know what I'm saying? When you go through stuff in your life, you gotta live in order to have real art. In order to have something that people really reflect on and stuff like that and really hits home for them, you gotta be able to live. So part of it is going through the ups and downs and stuff like that. That's what's gonna make real music. You know?
Oh God. And here's the thing. That man Kanye West, he lost his mom and still proceeded to drop 2 albums back to back.
Same thing with Kanye or a lot of other people. You always see that a lot in the music industry where people end up losing their family and stuff like that. Me personally, I lost my mother, so I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, either does one or two things. It depresses you to where you don't want to do anything else, or it drives you to where you want to do everything. You know?
Right.
So you got to make a choice. Uh-oh, we almost had a death in the band.
No.
Right? You had
That's a drop. I ain't gonna
Yo, you
lie.
look so sleep.
So feeling like, yo, man, he died on my
Come to
back.
rehearsal. That boy
He
hit
was
the-
over here smoking the blunt on the fucking FaceTime. Flip back. Never saw him again.
I do. I think that's one of the reasons why it's so hard.
That's literally it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be no
For real, twin. This is why I love you. It's my girl Mac. It's my baby. It's my twin Mac. Mac, what you gotta say to the camera, man? What you got to the camera, Mac? Wicked. Shout out the Wicked. Shout out the Wicked.
What's up? Shout out Wicked Cats type shit. You already know what's going on. WC. Yeah.
Don't play.
I ain't got the other Wicked with us, but you know, it's cool.
It's cool. You know what I'm saying? She killing it right now. Shout out to Instagram. Tell them what you be on, bro.
That, you know, we modeling, we making magazines, we making headlines, you know, that is what it is type shit. We got fashion shows coming up, so, you know, pull up, and stop your shit, pop your shit.
Pop your shit. I'm gonna send you her app so you can add it to the bid. I'm my real twin. My twin. But look, I'm gonna let you go, have a good time, look inside the car and tap in and just, you know, admire you real quick, you feel me?
Okay.
Alright, stay safe.
Alright, bye.
That's mad, I'm a twin. I was supposed to hit it next. Whoa.
Funny.
I was supposed to hit it next,
Go
twin.
upstairs.
You talking about her like? Oh.
Go upstairs
Upstairs.
to the music room. We got this whole house set up like a museum.
Oh,
It's like
word.
an alternative museum. Like downstairs, we saw over in the practice room, we saw the VHS tapes and stuff like that.
No, that shit was
That's
hard.
the visual part of the museum, but then upstairs it's the audio part. So I got records for days. Like if you're a DJ or something, you like sampling shit, I got thousands of records upstairs.
Ooh, that's tough. That's
We
tough.
just dropped the Southern Soundclash compilation.
Yep.
Volume 1.
Yep, that's got 33 artists on it. That's 33 out of some of the artists that we got. These are really the ones we were just able to showcase really quick because we were kind of pressed to do the live showcase performance, which went really well. We had it over at the East Atlanta Treehouse a couple of weeks back, April 22nd, and
was
that
crazy.
was a smash hit. So now it's setting the level
Shout out
for
Garbage
what
for
we're
Lust.
doing next. Yes, definitely shout out Garbage for Lust. Shout out Midknight, shout out Los Gorgos, shout out everybody that came to the event, old and new. We even had the Bishop of Crump from Lil Jon and the East Side Boys over there. He's starting to want to be a lot more connected in what we're doing. So we're taking even the old and the new and we're putting them together. You know?
Man, I'm really looking forward to see the skate park, bro. That's gonna be like, you don't understand how, and like, I really tap into a lot of punk scenes in different cities, like, and I think North Carolina, it's Nashville. Bro, the tabs are so
Here's
crazy.
the thing about it.
They're like a
Here's the thing.
psychedelic funk pop band, and like,
There's a lot of
people is
different
just
people
like-
I know out there in Nashville too. A lot of people I know around the U.S. and stuff like that, and around the world in South America. Like for instance, if we wanted to do a South American punk tour, we could. Probably a lot easier than we could do a European punk tour. Because I already have a lot of connections out in South America for punk rock and stuff like that.
oh, wow.
And out in Australia, like it's really going to be an international thing very quickly. I mean, it already is, but right now we're just getting in gear. We're making sure we got everything in order for when we start taking it there. We're doing a couple of different out-of-town shows, then we're out of the country here shortly. Make sure everybody got their passports, and we'll be ready to go.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, everything goes well.
Yeah, man, like, I see all the,
You know somebody new?
I check out all the punk scenes out there, bro, and I see the tabs and the
Everybody's
bands
wiggle.
performing, and I see they have a home. Like Nashville, like when I watch the punk scene, it's like they have a home. It's like
If you think Nashville is
it's like a
good-
home. It's like everyone's popping out, 200, 300.
If you think
People-
Nashville is good, Texas, my brother,
Texas
is
is
the
good.
mecca of the punks. I was just telling Bugs about this earlier. When you have a show out there, it's like it seems like it's the only show going down in the whole state. Everybody and their grandma shows up there. Hundreds and hundreds of people are showing up at your show. Same thing with Philly. Philly, they go all out. That is really the city of brotherly love when it comes to having a performance, and they don't even know you. And like a lot of times, part of the whole dynamic of really going out of town and playing is what you're doing before the show and what you're doing after the show, right? So it's like how people are treating you while you're around in these other foreign places, you know what I'm saying? And they don't really know you like that, you know what I'm saying? You're there to play a show, but they don't really know you. Philly, they show you everything with open arms. Like, they bring you in, they take you out, you know, they take you to fucking bars and shit. Like, you almost miss your show. They got you out of the town and shit, you know, spending money, like big money, you know. And so that type of welcoming environment is usually what I like to try to cater to as well, you know, to take those types of elements of what I've experienced in other places, try to bring that shit here, because when you go to Texas, you'll see like Atlanta's trying to be like Houston. Atlanta's trying to be like Austin right now. They got it going on, man.
And the thing about the reason why I'm so like, because that skate park is gonna turn this to a home.
Yeah.
That's gonna turn it to a home. Yeah. That's like people are gonna be like dressing up, skateboards, exactly. Like that's looking forward to it. We're gonna meet like a whole lot of new cool ass people.
And that's what it's about.
When that opens up.
We don't want to like limit it just to the people who are just in this music scene around here, because honestly, a lot of it's drying out. It's getting real dry. It's getting real boring. And people are just vultured out. They just want to, you know, do whatever off of your music and try to emulate it or whatever. We just want to make sure we keep diverse and eclectic ways that we present stuff, whether it be from like the music to the performances to the fashion to the art, everything that has to do with it. You're going to know it's us because it's going to be eclectically different than everything that you're seeing out here. I sat here and watched it for many years now. You know, I've been in the music scene in Atlanta for over 26 years. You know, so it's not exactly like it's like a walk in the park like the first time around for me. I've seen people come and go in all different genres, and I know what it takes. Really, the timing of everything is so imperative. You know what I'm saying? Like when you decide to do something and how you decide to do it when you do it. Like the exact timing of it is very imperative. Everybody's in a rush to get out everything they got all at once right away. It's not going to do it. It's going to end up in the mix. You end up in a cesspool of people who are trying to do the same thing, and no one gets saved from that. You got to be able to do something distinct and unique that brings you above what the status quo of what it is. Because if you just jump into that, then you're going to be right in line waiting for somebody to notice you. You're sitting there waiting forever, and you don't have to live like that. Like I said, Soulja Boy destroyed that whole element of having to go out and really do the shows and do the shows and do the shows. He started doing the YouTube, MySpace thing, didn't really go out and perform that much, and ended up blowing up. And that
jump was so cool.
That's what I'm saying. That was really the hallmark of the whole shit changing around, where it doesn't matter how much you show up in the flesh, it's how you put yourself out there in terms of your music and how unique you decide to make the element and how you want to campaign to do that. And it's not about being with a corporation. You just got to be creative and you just got to be driven.
Simply. I thought Soulja Boy, if he really wanted to, he can make the craziest comeback by being Soulja Boy again.
But he tried to, but then they stopped him because that's why he started doing the video games with Nintendo and shit. But then he came out with the new Nintendo system. He had a whole video game system, and then they sued the shit out of him. That's why like he kind of like on pause right now because they took a lot of money from him for that shit.
If he would have cut his hair and just go Soulja Boy again and just straight up, he would blow up high as fuck. I think so.
What are some of the older tracks you have in here compared to the newer ones?
Like the music?
Yeah.
Well, it just depends on the genre. Like, all the stuff in here is like a mix, but most of the stuff that we have is like from like the 90s and 80s to like the mid 2000s and stuff like that. Cause we got a lot of collectible stuff and shit too. Right. You know, between like all the 12 inches, then we got a lot of them that don't have covers on them, but a lot of this stuff is different types of underground genres here. That's like rock, rap, funk, soul, reggae, songs, electronic music, all types of stuff. And all this stuff here, with the records here, all the 45s, all of this stuff is from the 1920s to the late 1990s. And all of this stuff were top 20 hits. So this is all the top 20 hits from the late 20s to the early 1990s. You know, I had more than that. I had about 25,000 records at one point in time, but I've gone through records, moved around, had records out here and there. So now I just kind of keep it low key, keep it low pro, and we kind of work from the house. This is the Southern Soundclash house. So we try to be more like a factory where we put out the releases to people and we help them with their distribution and stuff like that. We're one of the last labels that focus on physical distribution. We put out records, like literal records like this one.
Do you have any physical copies of any releases your label came out with?
Yeah, like this for instance. This is the LP that we came out with for Blue Tower. You can see we got the clear vinyl, stuff like that. Alright, we got compilation. This was a compilation that Midknight was just talking about. Now this is the special limited release of the compilation. The limited release of the compilation was handmade, but we have other ones that were manufactured.
You personally, what's your most valuable record in here?
We specialize in limited presses and things like that. We're going to get to that record here in a second. But we do stuff like we got a lot of picture disc vinyl and stuff like that that we try to specialize in to make up the This was the first record that we had pressed for the label. It's actually got 2 different bands on it. And all the records that we press over in the UK. So off top, when somebody makes a record with us, it's already collectible, meaning that it's already got a value because it's a UK limited edition. We limit all of our presses to roughly about 20 to 30 copies, so we can ensure that the value for the artist as well as everybody else, like the collectors, is there too. So this is one of the ones I wanted to show. I have another record that's worth about $3,000, but this record right here is currently going on Discogs for $2,500. The reason why it's going for that much is because there's one member on this side of the record that's no longer with us, so there can't be another album that comes out from this band. And also, this album's over 10 years old, and it's limited to only 20 of them in circulation for the whole world. So we like to do stuff like that with people's albums. It's kind of similar to what they did with Wu-Tang when they came out with the 1 CD and they had it on auction and stuff
I was just
like
about
that.
to reference that.
Yeah, absolutely. That type of exclusivity is kind of like what we want to cater to as well. Having been in the music industry for some time now, I kind of understand what's necessary in order to have self-sustainment as an independent artist. And so because of that, we have to take some more time and make things more exclusive as to how we're doing them, why we're doing them, and the way that we're doing them. So we're making all these things limited. And then we also put a lot of time into the artwork, into the crafting of it, so people actually get their money's worth out of what they're getting. So that's one of the type of elements we try to promote with this. This is one of the most valuable albums, the Aqua Sounds Blue Tower Split Whole album. And it's only limited to 20 copies.
Oh, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
That we are sure will elevate to that gold and platinum status. You must promise me 3 things. You will not lie. You will not cheat.
I found this old Ring Brothers video, like full trip in like 98. I just watching this shit. Ready or not, ready or not, ready or not. Ready or not, ready or not, ready or not. I'm saying like, it's a beautiful day, man. Beautiful girl. It's like a midnight character.
All right, so now, can you tell me where you reside from?
Where I'm from?
Yeah.
I was born in Atlanta. My parents are Gambian, so I'm Gambian. I'm Senegambian. I speak Wolof, and yeah, I was there for a lot of years for religious purposes. Like I studied the Holy Quran, so like I'm African.
Right. Now, how was your time like growing up in Atlanta versus growing up in Gambia?
Atlanta's cool, man. Like I grew up with a lot of good people and bad, like, you know what I'm saying? But Atlanta was good. Like, when I went to Africa, like, I experienced family, bro. And, like, that's really important, you know what I'm saying? I went there with my aunties and stuff like that. And it was really just beautiful, like. But, like, I was in Africa for 6 years straight. I wish I kind of would have stayed. I feel like I adapted to it so loudly, and I just, like, fell in love with the world there. But I like both of them. But I do have Gambia and Senegal do have a special place in my heart.
Word. Now, was it kind of hard for you to adapt to like the first year growing out of Africa?
Nah, I kind of missed America. My first year was like, dang, bro, like everything new. I'm around my aunties, like stuff like that. Like I don't mind being around them, but it was just new. But then like I started to see the meaning of like life, bro. It was just beautiful.
Word. What type of person would people describe you as, you know, growing up, middle school, throughout high school?
Like, smart guy, cool guy, just be chilling. I got a lot of energy. People say that a lot. But yeah, man, that's about it. Like, I used to play video games a lot, but I don't play video games anymore though. It's been a grip.
Word. Now, at what age did you kind of start experimenting with your artistic side?
What's artistic?
Like, you know, when you kind of figured out you had a talent for music.
For music? Oh yeah, like, man, I grew up listening, like, my whole childhood was really cool as fuck. I grew up off like a lot of cool ass vintage games and just like Guitar Hero, Rock Band. A lot of people find this band corny, but I feel like everybody's dived into Linkin Park, bro. Like everybody's.
They are corny,
bro.
They
They're corny, but like everyone's like dived into the world of them though.
Everybody's listening to one song.
That's what I'm saying.
One song made me say, I don't want to listen to more.
I was saying, like, even though Linkin Park is kind of OD, like.
You're right. You have to start.
But do you fuck with Deftones, Bugs? You like Deftones? Nah. Deftones cool? They sick, nigga.
That's what we're going for next, man. That Poison song.
Deftones hard, bro. I grew up off like Beautiful Joe, Marvel's Capcom, Scarface, like. And I watch a lot of Indian movies. Like, I'm not just like, I'm like into like a lot of psychological cinema, music, like alternative music, indie music. Like I watch like a lot of Indian movies growing up. Like, I can sing Indian to you right now, bro. Like Blade, like. तुमसे मिल के दिल का है जो हाँ प्यार के है तो यार दिल का है जो हाँ प्यार के. Like, bro, it gets. I love Shah Rukh Khan. Like, I just felt like I had so much world knowledge in my brain and just like natural, just being myself. And I was like, you know what? Like, I've been around this world for a while. Like, why not? And like when I used to be at the crib, I used to do YouTube, right? I used to want to be a YouTuber. I got YouTube videos up, you know what I'm saying? And I used to like vlog video games and stuff like that, and like do poems.
Right.
Talk about life, how it's okay to be human. And I didn't have a camera. Then I started expressing myself through like my existence, then my camera. And from there on, I just kind of caught on.
Right. Okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. Like, how do people kind of react to you when you show them your music for the first time?
Like, I say like, I got like unreleased. I still got a lot of. I'm focused on my band right now, but I got unreleased songs like the song called "Control" with my boy Sator. It's a sick beat. I say like universal. It's like universal sounds. Like it's not really. I'm still trying to like find my sound, but like that world is like it's just like a different world. My nigga Ted makes the craziest beats, bro. Like a Control. I stay in my zone. I'm gonna send you a track that you can probably play in this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's called Control. I'll send you on the release. But I say like their reaction would be like, yeah, this shit kind of cold, nigga. Like this shit cozy. But I could definitely evolve a little more because you know I'm kind of new.
Right. So you started off making grunge music, or how did you start off?
I start off by rapping, and then like I started messing with the bands. I started rapping, like I did like screamo. I got this song called "Jump," my boy FP. It's like jump and come jump next to me, I'll shoot you. And you have to bust. So what? I got like screamo, and then I do like alternative rock. Like I'm really everywhere with it. So I'm like a paradox. I wouldn't say I'm like still when it comes to music. So it's like I like touching all bases.
All right. So now then, can you tell me a moment in your career where you kind of felt like the driving moment where you felt like you needed to keep continuing to do what you wanted to do?
Alright, so I did this one show before at Capture the People. Shout out Capture the People, man. Shout out Pink Flamingo. Shout out all the beautiful and amazing creators in Atlanta, man. Shout out all my yourself. Shout out Fiction, man. Shout out everyone, man. I collab with Dog Envy in October. Shout out them. It's cool. Hope they're doing alright. Shout out Thank You for Dying. Shout out all the beautiful humans doing their things, man. But you said what was the question? Oh yeah, I was in the car. I performed at the Capture the People show. Shout out DJ Av. Shout out Alex. Shout out Benny. Shout out Country. I did a show there. One of my unreleased songs. That was produced by my nigga Kiss Man. Shout out Maz. And somebody came to my show. I got an Uber after I had band rehearsal. And somebody was in the car and he was like, "Are you Midknight?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, so now I was like, he was like, "You make music in the band?" He's like, "You Midknight?" "Yeah." "I saw you at Country People, bro. You're tall as hell. Like, bro, you're hard, bro. Like, I ain't know like that shit's really cool as fuck seeing that shit in real life." And he was like, I was like, "You wanna play some of my music?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I played one of my songs called MPX. It's like an alternative, gentle song. Like, I wouldn't say it's like my best work or probably anything cool, but it was just like a song I made while I was in my fields. And like, it could have done better quality and stuff like that, but it's chill. I think it's kind of cool, but like, I don't listen to it. My friend Sabo likes it, bro. Like, he be going crazy, bro, for that song. But it goes like, "Running out of time, I wish that you were mine. I know you're sipping wine away from me." While I was in the car, bro, I played him the song and he started crying. I swear to God. He was like, "Yo, I never knew what alternative was until you showed me this." It was just like, damn, bro, that just made me feel like I ain't barely started, and like that type of love was just so like human, bro. You know, human?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn. Like, you gone, bro. But it's really important to take your breaks. I feel like I had to take a lot of mental breaks, bro, because like you can't get overwhelmed.
Right. So how do you deal with your stagnant moments? What gets you into the mood to record again when you're going through like those times where you have to take times out?
I say just being present, bro. Like, I like be blessed to look around me and see what I have and just be like, yo, it's time to do it. Like, I just really be present, bro. I just be like, sometimes like, you know, it's time to do it, sometimes it's not. I don't really think too hard on it.
Right. That's cool. What's something that you have, like a personal goal for yourself to achieve over the next year?
Well, I really want to build a masjid in Atlanta so people can come to pray. I really like the masjid. It makes me feel at home. Or like, honestly, just inspiring people, man. And hopefully, like my band's performing in different states, and we're doing 6 shows, and my family a long life, bro. My friends a long life. Nothing but beautiful and positive energy and just peace. I do want my clothing brand to do good. Southern Soundclash, clothing brand do what Doc, Eric. Hope the hoodies do good. Besides that, bro, peace and love, bro. My niggas, how my niggas Samaj and so my bro, just peace and love, bro.
Now, can you tell me more about this, the brand Southern Soundclash? What exactly is it?
Southern Soundclash is a team. Southern Soundclash is love, it's unity. We throw events. A record label. We have merch. We do events down in Africa, Doc. Doc, why don't you come here for a little bit? Doc, let's explain to them about Southern Soundclash. I always gotta make sure my team feels involved. Come on, Doc. Ask that question again.
Now, tell me exactly what is Southern Soundclash.
The whole idea of Southern Soundclash is like 2 words. Because you got Southern and then you got Soundclash. So we're going to go into what a Soundclash is. Soundclash goes back into the Caribbean roots of music, where you're dealing with reggae music. And they used to have little festivals and little gatherings called clashes, where you'd have one guy that's called a sound boy versus another guy that's called a sound boy. And this would eventually evolve into what DJ battles are and then what rap battles are too. All of this came from these original clashes. Okay? So I also use that as the element of letting them know, like, we're still involved with the roots and the culture of where we came from as our traditions. And so those traditions happen to go into Studio One. And I talk about this in an encyclopedia I just came out with called the Southern Soundclash Encyclopedia. It's on Barnes & Noble right now. You can even find it on Walmart.com. But it goes into how I became affiliated with S1 Records, one of the original